Class 8. Today we are going to cover chapter number 6, Asia, the largest continent. Now when we talk about continent, what we mean is a huge piece of a landmass on earth. Now in total we have got 7 of the continents, Asia being the largest one. Now what are the features that make Asia a very unique continent? It is the largest of the 7 continent area wise, and it has the highest and the lowest point on the surface of the earth. It has total 1/3 of the world's total land area, and it has got the Eurasian continental plate, Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean plates. Now not only that, it supports 2 of the countries, the largest populous countries of the world. Now it is the birthplace of many of the religions of the world and many civilizations as well. When we talk about the location of Asian continent, it is surrounded by 3 sides by ocean: Pacific, Arctic and Indian Ocean, and it is separated from Europe by the Ural Mountains, Caspian Sea, Caucasus Mountains and Black Sea. And in the southwest, it is linked with Africa through the Sinai Peninsula, and the Bering Strait separates Asia from the North America in the extreme northeast side. About size and extent, Asia is the largest of the landmass, and the continent falls into each of the heat zones. Asia's latitudinal extent is about 80 degree north to 10 degree south. So the climatic range of Asia is also very large. Political division of Asia. There are total 48 countries in Asia, and Russia is the country which also falls in Europe. Now the Asian landmass, it is divided into 6 regions, which are the North Asia, Central Asia, Southwest Asia, South Asia, Southeast Asia and East Asia. Children, on page number 97 and 99, the information regarding the countries is given. So go through that table in a proper manner. Let's now go through the physical features of the Asian continent, which includes the northern lowlands, central mountains, southern plateaus, great river valleys and the island group. So we'll go through these, each one of them. Lowland means the plain area. So the northern lowland, it has 2 main plain areas of the region, that is the Siberian plain and the Turan plain. Now these plain formation, it is because of the 3 rivers, Ob, Yangtze and Lena, which flows down into the Arctic region, since the slope of the land is towards the Arctic Ocean side. So all of the silt brought by these 3 rivers, it get deposited over there along with their respective tributaries, and the river, they originate from the mountains and the highlands of the Central Asia, but they flow over into the Arctic Ocean. So during the time of the winters, the whole course of the river, that is quite frozen, and the water from the upper course, that is blocked, which result into the formation of the larger swamps and the marshes. We have Turan plain. Now it lies to the south of the Siberian plain, and it is surrounded by the Aral Sea. It is the area of the inland drainage, which means that the rivers, they do not reach the ocean or the sea, but empty their water in the lake or an inland sea. Now it is drained by the river Amu Darya and Sur Darya. Next we have the central mountains or the central highlands. Now these are the young-fold mountains which are very high and very vast. Now the young-fold mountains, they originate from 2 of the mountain knots. One is the Pamir knot and the second one, that is the Armenian knot. Now the Himalayas, they are the southernmost ranges that develop from the Pamir knot, and Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world that is found over here. The other ranges that come out from the Pamir knot and they lie north of the Himalayas are Kunlun and the Tian Shan. Then Tibetan Plateau, the roof of the world, or the Intermountain Plateau, that is also found over here. Then Himalayas, they go across to the Myanmar as the Arakan Yoma and the Pegoyoma ranges. Now the Karakoram ranges, they also develop from the Pamir knot, and the highest peak of the Karakoram, that is the Mount Godwin Austen, also known as the K2, and it is also the 2nd highest peak in the world. Then there are 2 ranges that lie to the west of the Pamir knot, the Hindu Kush mountain ranges and then the Suleiman ranges. The Hindu Kush range extend westward and continue along the Caspian Sea as Elbrus mountain, and Suleiman range first run as the Kirthar range and then as the Zagros Mountains. Next we come down to plateaus. Located to the south of the central mountains, we have three of the plateaus that is made up of the hard old rocks. Now these are the Arabian Plateau, which lie on the western side of the Red Sea, and it is a dry desert area and has no river flowing through it. Peninsular India, otherwise also known as the Deccan Plateau, lies to the south of the Narmada River and goes right up to Nilgiri and the Plani Hills. Western and eastern Ghats are found here. Rivers such as Kaveri, Godavari, Krishna, Mahanadi, they are found over here and falls off into the Bay of Bengal. Yunnan and Shan plateaus. Now the plateau of Yunnan is in China and the plateau of Shan is in Myanmar. Now both of the plateau, they have the steep western slope and is drained by many rivers like Salween, Mekong and Si Kiang rivers. Coming to the river basins or the great river valleys, a river basin is an area which is drained by the river and its tributaries. So most of the rivers, Asian rivers, they begin their journey from the snow-capped mountains and they come across the central highlands or the plateau of Asia. Now these very valleys, they are densely populated regions of the world because they are fertile areas of Asia. Some of the important river basins, they include the Great Plain of China, which is formed by river Huanghe, Yangtze and Sikiang, Ganga and Brahmaputra basin in the northern India and Bangladesh, then Indus River, that is mostly India, Punjab and Pakistan, then Mesopotamian plain in Iraq formed by Tigris and Euphrates, then we have the fertile plain formed by the valleys of the river Irrawaddy, Mekong and Salween. Now, Irrawaddy and Salween, they are located in Myanmar, while Mekong is Indo-China Peninsula. Then we have the island groups. Now, many of the Asian countries, they form the island nations of the Asian continent, while some other island, they fall into some other country, like Japan is all of the island only. Then Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep, they are the under the jurisdiction of India. Then we have the Kuril Island in Japan, which falls under the Russian region. We have the Malaya Archipelago, which is the largest group of the islands and has Java, Bali, Sumatra, Timor, New Guyana, Sulawesi and Borneo. Many of the active volcanoes, they are also found in the Southeast Asian region, and because of the tectonic movement, some of the mountains, they are partially submerged into the sea and then appear as an island, which has now emerged to appear as an island. Now, archipelago, it means that a large group of the island. The term used is the archipelago. So this was all about the physiography of Asia.